Good morning. I'm AFP Assistant Commissioner Kirsty Schofield. The AFP has dismantled one of the most significant Australian money laundering organisations in what has been one of the largest and most complex money laundering investigations in the AFP's history. Under Operation Avarice Midas, the AFP yesterday executed 13 search warrants across Sydney, charging 9 alleged offenders who are facing numerous money laundering related offences, some of which carry a maximum penalty of 25 years imprisonment. The AFP will allege the head of the syndicate is amongst those charged. All are due in court today at the Downing Centre. We will allege the Sydney-based group acted like an underground bank and had branches all around the world, enabling it to illegally shift money for individuals and organised crime groups. Between 2018 and 2022, the money laundering syndicate allegedly earned $150 million in profit from the movement of cash. We will allege the money laundering organisation used their profit to live large. They brought high-end jewellery, high-end watches, and some of these watches cost more than what an individual would earn in a lifetime. We know today's details may be infuriating for many Australians, especially given the overwhelming majority of Australians work very hard to earn their money. But you can be assured, as well as the charges laid, those assets are firmly in the view of the AFP. The AFP-led Criminal Assets Confiscation Task Force has obtained restraining orders over luxury vehicles, bank accounts, and 20 properties in Sydney, including a 360-hectare tract of land near the site of Sydney's second international airport, which is valued at $47 million. Also restrained are 2 houses in Sydney's eastern suburbs worth $19 million combined, $29 million in cryptocurrency, as well as multiple commercial buildings in the CBD and surrounds. The AFP seized 18 designer watches, 17 designer handbags, and at least 46 pieces of designer jewellery, with collectively valued at the millions of dollars. The AFP's worked closely with AUSTRAC, National Australia Bank, and international law enforcement partners to dismantle this syndicate. We are not ruling out further arrests in Australia or overseas as this investigation is ongoing. Today, I'm sending a warning to organised crime groups involved in money laundering activities. You are on our radar. I would also like to reinforce to the ordinary individuals who have money held offshore to only use registered and lawful remitters to move their money. Failing to do so may lead to very serious charges. Finally, I want to reassure the community that the AFP will continue to target money laundering organisations which exist to help organised crime and further bankroll more serious crime. Thank you.
What impact will this disruption have on the organised criminals that are relying on this syndicate? How will it disrupt their system?
Money laundering is the enabler of crime. The way the organised crime groups move their money and live, the lifestyle they do is by using money laundering syndicates to move their money around and to get more wealth. So it has a significant impact.
And how long since the original investigations has it been to now making these arrests and charges?
This investigation's been going on for quite some time, and it's the result of exceptional investigative work by the AFP and partners in AUSTRAC and NAB and some other areas to get this investigation. But what we do really well in the AFP is when we do investigations, we keep following it through, and one investigation will lead into another, and we've had a lot of data sifting through, and it's a combination of several years of work.
How does the size of this haul compare to others that the AFP has seen?
This is the largest restraint of assets that the AFP has undertaken.
And how were they able to avoid detection until now?
Well, they haven't avoided detection because we have dismantled the group. Money laundering by its very nature is very complex, and so what they do very well is they evolve and they change their operating model to be successful.
So they're utilising banks that Australia can't oversee. Is that the challenge for police in being able to dismantle it?
The challenge for us is that they actually operate as an unregulated bank, so they don't use our financial systems.
Do the people that they're working with, are they high-level people in fraud, bikies? What kind of criminals might they have as their customers or clients, essentially?
We will allege that this syndicate is operating on behalf of multiple organised crime groups.
There was some comments in the newspaper today that the sheer scale of the problem is almost too big to handle. Do you agree with those comments?
Money laundering is a significant problem in Australia and really around the world. I think the really important message that I'd like to make is why does money laundering organisations exist? They exist to enable organised crime. They exist to move illicit profits around the world. So is it a combined problem? It is organised crime in its essence.
Is there anything that governments or organisations can do more to enhance security so that you prevent these criminals operating? There is the article that talks about some holes in the system that allows Australia to be a soft target.
Policy is a government decision. The AFP is always supportive of any changes that will make it more difficult for criminals to operate in this country. Look, I'd actually just like to thank the team for their ongoing efforts. It's not over. We still have a long way to go, but it was an exceptionally complex investigation and a real dedication from many people across the organisation and our international partners. So I'd like to thank our international network for all the work that they've done in their respective areas of the world as well.
Just asking, the Western Sydney Airport purchase, their plan was to essentially create a whole new suburb there, is that right?
By the size of the parcel of land that they have acquired, it is essentially the size of a suburb. So what we do know is that purchase was for profit.